Hello everybody, this is Backblast. Welcome to my channel. The reason I didn't say welcome back to Chester Zoo or welcome back to Planet Zoo or anything like that is because it's not about Planet Zoo or Chester Zoo today. It's going to be primarily about it, but I just want to talk about what's happening with the channel. But please stick around. There are two questions I'm going to ask you, and I really need the answers to them. The first thing is, my channel may have seen a few new videos on it for things like Microsoft Flight Sim, Polybridge 2, that sort of thing. A few of the other games that I've been playing in the background. And the reason for that is they're primarily filler videos. So what I've always done, or what I've done recently, is I've been posting two Planet Zoo videos every week. You tend to get the Chester Zoo video every Monday, and you will then get another Planet Zoo video every Friday. And that is not going to change. So every Monday is still going to be Chester Zoo until it's finished, and then every Friday will be a different type of video. It might be a Pangea video, my other zoo that I'm building, the Fantasy Zoo, or it might be a how-to video, how to work with barriers, how to build round buildings, how to do fences, all sorts of things like that. So you'll have seen those sort of videos on my channel, and that will still continue. One of the other things I'm going to be doing a bit more of is the terraform maps. I'll come to that in a bit, but that will be one of the Friday videos as well. But I want to talk about that in a little while. The reason I've mentioned the Chester Zoo one first is a few people have said, oh, you're stopping doing it. And no, I'm not. Just because there's other videos appeared on the channel doesn't mean that I'm going to be stopping doing Chester Zoo. I will be doing this to completion. Once I've done this to completion, I will be doing another real life zoo. That's one of the questions I want to ask you. Which zoos would you like to see on my channel? Now, if you suggest a zoo, it does not guarantee I'm going to make it. And the reason is very, very simple. I don't always have the information to build the zoos. Chester is my local zoo, and I have a lot of information about it, both from being there, seeing things, my own photographs that I've taken when I've been there, but also mainly it comes from a couple of other sources. I'll show you those in a minute. But still, I'm short of information on some areas of the zoo, like this, which is off-show. It's an off-show area. I don't have photographs of that. I have very little information on a few other areas, and certainly the new area of the zoo, which includes the monsoon forest, I have very, very little information on. And so it's proving more and more difficult to finish the zoo because all the things that I've got a lot of information on, I've built already. I will be continuing until I get to a point that either I don't have any more information or I feel that the zoo is finished. Once that happens, there will be updates to it occasionally. So, for example, there's going to be a new area in here, the Asian Plains area where the giraffe are going to move to, and once that goes in, I will update the zoo and we'll recreate that. But that's about it for Chester Zoo. What I need to do is, when Chester finishes, and it's not going to be soon, I have still got a lot of work to do on it. It's going to be months rather than weeks before I finish and I'm happy with it. So don't think I'm stopping it. But I do want to start doing some research into what to do next. So while I'm going to show you that, what I want to do is just load a different map up. And I'll come to that in a second. So if I am building a new zoo, I need to know which zoos you want me to build. This is a list I've got from Facebook. So I went on Facebook yesterday. I posted the message, please let me know which zoos you want me to build. These are the answers that I got. So Blackpool, Copenhagen, Dudley, blah, blah, blah. And a few people have suggested the same zoos. So I've got more suggestions for Colchester than I have for London Zoo, for example. I'll come back to you in a sec. But just because a zoo has a lot more suggestions doesn't mean that I'm going to be making it, simply because of this reason. This is a Google Maps view of Chester Zoo. Chester Zoo is my local zoo. I've got quite a lot of general knowledge about it anyway, but even with the knowledge I've got, I can't get all the information. There are buildings that are off view, and even this area as well. But there are places within the zoo that I just can't see anyway. So this is the new area with the monsoon forest. One of the best things that I use while doing the zoo is the street view, because I can get down and I can see what the buildings look like. So I can see what the entrance looks like, I can see what the cafes look like, where the fences are, how much greenery, all sorts of things like that. And I can get great information from the street view. Some parts of Chester, for example around the monsoon forest area, have no street view. Google haven't been around with their camera, and I can't get any information at street level as to what these buildings look like. I do have a couple of other resources, so the internet is fairly good. The two other resources that I use are ZooChat and ZooLex, and I'll talk you through each a little bit. So ZooChat is it's okay. The problem with ZooChat is I can type Chester Zoo in and I can search for the dwarf mongoose, and I will get a picture of the dwarf mongoose. Thank you here for Thomas, not Tom, for his picture of a mongoose. It's a picture of a mongoose. It doesn't show me what the enclosure looks like. It doesn't show me how big the enclosure is. It doesn't show me the paths around it, what materials it's made of, where the rocks are. And that's the problem I've got with ZooChat. Now, you know, I can look at the pictures, and I do get thanks again, Thomas, not Tom, for your picture of a chimp mother and young at Chester Zoo. Great, lovely. It doesn't show me the building. It doesn't show me everything else. So ZooChat is good in some ways. I have had a couple of people on here say, if you want some pictures, I might be able to take them, which is fine for Chester. It might be more difficult for Berlin Zoo or Copenhagen Zoo or whatever. So I'd need some other resource to use. Now, the other thing that I use is ZooLex. ZooLex is fantastic, but limited. ZooLex is a company that design zoo enclosures, and they do a fantastic job. I've seen some of these in real life, and they are amazing. What I would like to say is if they have got pictures of a particular enclosure, so let's look at the Cape Buffalo Aviary at Antwerp Zoo, for example. The information I can get off here is absolutely amazing. Shows me the enclosure and where the birds are going to be, but it's also got pictures of the buildings, how big they are, what the rooms are like inside, where the doors are, where the windows are. It will also show me the detail that you just don't get from Street View or ZooChat of things like this. You know, the support structure, the metal beams, the things that people don't take photographs of. They're in here because these guys built the enclosure. And you can see from some of the photographs, the amount of information I can get on an enclosure is stunning. So I can see where the logs are, I can see what the buildings are made of, the shape and everything. It's what the logs are like, and it's amazing. But the problem with ZooLex is it's only got a limited number because they haven't built enclosures for all the zoos in the world. And even for something like Chester, they've built some at Chester, but I then need information on all the other bits that they haven't built. So I can get good information from here for certain exhibits. So ZooLex is fairly good. So if you suggest a zoo to me, I will put it on the list. I will go and have a look at it. It really, really depends on how popular it is. So I will be looking at the ones that are most popular first. So Colchester, Berger Zoo and Copenhagen Zoo have had the most votes currently. But if I go along and I look for Copenhagen Zoo and there's no Street View on it, I'm going to struggle to build it. I really am. Street View is probably the resource that I use the most. Even things like this road here, Flag Lane, you can go along until you find an entrance gate, and then look through the gate at what's down the pathway. I've had information on car parks and all sorts from this. Yeah, so look, I can see what the buildings look like from here. So that if there is no street view for a zoo, I can't build the zoo. This is my main resource. So that's the second thing I want you to say. I'd love you to get in touch. Leave a comment on the video. Tell me which zoo you want me to build next. It's not a guarantee that I'm going to build it next. The most popular I will look at more favourably, but if I can't get the information, I can't build it. That is as simple as that. So yeah, let me know. That's what I want you to build. The last one is to do with my terraform zoos. So let's make this fairly brief. I did a North American map, and I posted it onto the Steam workshop, and I've had a great response from that. People have said, "Oh, this is fantastic. Can you build more maps?" So this was initially done as a response to people saying, "Oh, I always end up with flat enclosures and square enclosures, and they all look the same. How do I get my zoo looking so it's a bit more natural?" And the first answer is, don't build it on a flat piece of land. It's very rare that a zoo's built on a flat piece of land. It's built on bits of hills. Some of those hills might not be very big, but they're there. And you'll find that if you start off with a map that looks like this, then you're not going to get square enclosures. You're going to get enclosures that fit around the lakes, the hills, the gradients. This map is nowhere near finished, by the way. This is very much a work in progress. I keep coming back to this bit because this is about the only bit that I've finished. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more trees around where the water is. There'll be more sand rather than the green stuff. And I've got a lot of work to do. My request is, thank you very much for downloading the zoos. Thank you for the positive responses I've had. Please don't just say build more. Tell me what you want me to build. If you want a map with lots of islands, I can build it. If you want a big volcano and steep slopes or just terraces or a big canyon, or tell me what you want. Don't just say, yeah, this is great, can you do some more? Yes, I can. But I'd like some inspiration, please. Tell me if you want a tundra map. Tell me if you want something that's based on a mountainside, so that it's tall on one side and then slopes down to the other. Just let me know. Just let me know what you want, and I'll have a go at it. And that's it. So let me know which zoos you want me to build. Let me know which maps you want, and we'll get on with it. And the zoo will come on the Monday, the maps will come on the Friday, and you'll get other stuff in between. And that's it, really. I just wanted to let you know that I'm not stopping doing the zoos. You might see some other videos, but you'll still get the zoo videos twice a week. And that's it for me for today. Thanks for watching all the videos, guys. It really does mean a lot to me. It's important to me that you like what I'm doing, but also that I'm doing things that you find worthwhile, and you enjoy watching the videos and enjoy using the maps once I've built them. And thanks for all the positive feedback, and thanks occasionally for the negative feedback, because I do occasionally get someone saying something. It's not always helpful, but somebody once said, I don't like the sound of your voice, which I'm not sure what to do about that one. Keep quiet during the videos, I guess. But thanks anyway. Thanks for the comment. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching the videos. Thanks for listening through this one. Please give me your suggestions for zoo locations, for new zoo, and also for the maps that you want to see. My name's Backblast. I'll catch you next time.